Psychological Preparation by John Rhodes. Television shows geared towards children, commercials, motion pictures, educational shows and print media have introduced the reptilian image to the public over the last few years at an accelerating pace. From the renewed interest in dinosaurs to the reptilian alien characters on Star Trek, serpentine effigies have become prominent within all divisions of the U.S. media. Furthermore, because the United States dominates the world entertainment industry, this image has spread out like wildfire and has reached almost all corners of the earth that have satellite or cable network television reception, movie theaters, or children's books. From all indications, the global communication web is presenting the reptilian image from both a scientific and imaginary viewpoint. The imaginary viewpoint, of course, exemplifying the modern UFO alien perspective as well. Public television programs such the Discovery Channel, the Learning Channel, Nova, etc., provide a scientific point of view of the serpent or reptile, demonstrating its skills as extremely effective predator and providing insight into its natural habitat, the unseen underground environment and the thick vegetation of the Earth's surface. Science fiction and youth-targeted media, on the other hand, capitalize off of the mythological and the modern alien perspective, consequently promoting the reptilian image as one endowed with cognitive intelligence, having the ability to communicate with humans, telepathically and vocally, achieving a high state of technology, existing in a hidden space station-like underworld and as both friendly and aggressive in their emotional capacity. Encompassing both of these aspects, the current media also advances an ideology that promotes a vision in which viewers and readers are to expect the reptilian image to emerge from the far reaches of mytho-historical underworlds into modern reality. Moreover, this swelling wave of reptilian imagery within the global media is often associated with story messages that appear to be telling the human populace that the reptilian-human connection may become increasingly more prominent in the future. Humankind appears to be being prepared for a reality shift. One can simply watch television, go to the cinema or read children's literature in order to read between the lines and recognize the enshrouded messages within the context of the script's plotline. The following is a brief list of such films and literary works for your review. Adult-targeted media. Within the adult-targeted media, several films and television shows depict reptilian creatures, intelligent or not, as being both malevolent and benevolent in their attitudes towards the human species. Stargate: The Motion Picture linked ancient Egyptian mysteries, pyramids, slavery, time-space travel and the return of, and conflict with, a reptilian god/alien to a planet where it once ruled. The true image of the alien can be seen as his skin is peeled away in the last scene. Stargate, SG-1. The Showtime series continues this reptilian theme by presenting the malevolent aliens wearing armor shells of cobras, with striking pose and being serpent-like in their cold-blooded aggression towards the human Stargate travelers. The masters of these human hosts are the serpents living within them. Via the made-for-television movie and series, humans become threatened by a deceitful race of reptilians who arrive disguised as harbingers peace, befriend human authorities and end up fighting groups of non-believing militia in the name of law and order. It is curious to note that 2 unaired episodes contained scenes which incorporated 2 concepts regarding the reptilian alien phenomena that have only recently come to light within the UFO research community. A second division of the reptilian alien race exists which are benevolent in their actions, are allies of the human non-believers and sworn enemies of the visitor aggressive reptilians, and b. The reptilian aliens were shown slipping back and forth from an alternate dimension. These 2 concepts, although never presented to the public, later surfaced as key factors regarding the modern reptilian alien perspective. Enemy Mine starring Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. The motion picture depicts a reptilian and Earth human as enemies, drawn together by mutual survival. A strong emphasis is placed on the human character's determination to examine the reptilian alien's ancestry, culture, and his own ability to transcend fear and hatred of the unknown. Although different in physiology, the human and reptilian characters discover that their religious beliefs are linked by commonalities. The film also touches upon the androgynous physical characteristics of the humanoid reptilians when the Drac gives birth to a child. The promotional poster for the film says it best: enemies because they were taught to be, allies because they had to be, brothers because they dared to be. This film is must-see. Dreamscape 1984, starring Dennis Quaid, Max von Sydow, Christopher Plummer, Eddie Albert, Kate Capshaw and George Wendt. A psychic, Dennis Quaid, avoids using his powers to live a normal life. An old colleague conducting dream-linking research gets Quaid to participate. Another psychic participant begins to murder people through their dreams. Quaid fights the murdering psychic in the president's dream. As they battle, the murderer assumes the shape of a humanoid reptilian, attacking Quaid with extreme ferocity. Theodore Rex starring Whoopi Goldberg and a 7-foot-tall, upright walking, talking dinosaur working side by side to overcome an evil nemesis. At the end of the film there is a scene in which an audience is told soft skin, scale, tell us that they are only words that keep us apart. Our survival rests in all species treating each other with compassion, kindness, and respect. Following this, the dinoid character tells his Whoopi Goldberg, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, and the words see ya are seen fading slowly to black. Dragonheart starring Dennis Quaid and the voice of Sean Connery as the dragon, echoes this same sentiment. The film ends with the hero gazing towards the stars where the dragon is reunited with his kind. We congratulate Dennis Quaid for having participated in 3 of the films listed in this page: Enemy Mine, Dreamscape, and Dragonheart. Babylon 5, the television sci-fi series, emphasizes the unity between the warrior humans and the humanoid reptilian Narns in an effort to fight mutual enemies. They are a warrior species. Other adult-targeted sci-fi series that depict reptiliform characters interacting with humans include Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Next Generation, Space Precinct, Sequest DSV, Outer Limits etc. Jurassic Park and Lost World. Producer, screenwriter Steven Spielberg resurrects dinosaurs from the dead and presents the human race with an impossible threat: living dinosaurs? Somewhere on a remote and secret island, scientists capture and regenerate saurian DNA and create a tropical wilderness filled with various out-of-control and hungry dinosaurs. The film with the arrival of another dinosaur bent on killing the 2 saurian creatures that were terrorizing the human heroes. In his sequel, Lost World, Spielberg echoes the dinotopian world beneath theme in which a lost ecological niche is discovered in which dinosaurs reign in their terrible lizard ways and invade the unsuspecting population of a major metropolis. In the end of the film, the saurian young are used as bait to lure the dinosaurs back to the ship and to their eventual destruction. Just as the Lost V series depict, both films portray the humans as being threatened by one form of reptilian life and saved by another. Youth-targeted media. Even though our generation may endure the initial shock of encountering reptilian aliens, it appears as though youth-targeted media is preparing our children for a future of intelligent reptilian-human coexistence. The next generation of our children appear to be becoming indoctrinated or programmed to be familiar with bipedal reptilians via educational entertainment, cartoons, and illustrated literature. Such television shows and works of literature include Mario Brothers. Film begins: what if the dinosaurs weren't all destroyed? What if the impact of that meteorite created a parallel dimension where the dinosaurs continued to thrive and evolve into intelligent, vicious, aggressive beings, just like us? And hey, what if they found a way back? The film's heroes venture into an underground passageway where they fall into that other realm, battle the evolved humanoid dinosaurs and prevent the imminent saurian invasion of our dimension. Barney, the purple saurian host of a highly successful and aggressively marketed series of educational shows for children. He is the trusting and friendly reptilian giver of knowledge to the innocent. This could be perceived as an attempt to counter the association of evil with the image of the reptilian angel/being Sataninki in the Garden of Eden. Mutant Ninja Turtles, the highly successful television film series, relates amphibian/reptilian fighters of crime and injustice to the Sumerian/Anunnaki enforcers of draconian dragon law. Dinosaurs 1991 to 1994, children's television show depicting a lovable prehistoric working class family of dinosaurs faced with ordinary social issues. The Sinclair family members are Earl, the 44-years-old megalosaurus, blue-collar father who works at the tree-pushing Wessesso Development Corp., Fran, Earl's common-sense Allosaurus wife, Robbie, the 15-year-old non-authoritarian adolescent, Charlene, Robbie's 2.5-ton I-wanna-be-a material girl sister, and Baby, the boisterous, terrible 2-year-old Dino baby. Together in their cave home, they live, love and learn what life is all about. Children are taught that little, if any, differences may exist between human and reptilians. Cartoons such as Dino-Saucers, Mutant League, G.I. Joe and the Dino Power Hour, Johnny Quest, etc. include minor and main characters that are bipedal, intelligent reptilian beings. These characters are portrayed as both antagonists and protagonists, echoing the positive-negative nature of all life forms. Dinotopia and Dinotopia: The World Beneath, the beautifully illustrated children's books by James Gurney. The story of how a boy and his father accidentally discover a world in which live intelligent, reptilian-saurian animal beings and humans. Both species are interdependent for survival and have a communicative and amiable social structure. The sequel, Dinotopia: The World Beneath, places an emphasis on the Earth's cavernous underworld where this fantastic realm exists. These two children's books appear to be filled with messages to our young to prepare them in accepting the reptilian physical form. When one realizes that humans beings in the Black Project world and reptilian alien beings may be living and working side by side in underground bases while attempting to create their own version of a utopian society, fantasies such as Dinotopia become extremely coincidental when compared to what may be actually happening beneath our feet. We're back. A Steven Spielberg-produced video animation production about bipedal, speaking dinosaurs that befriend two children and teaching them how to be respectable and honest. Scenes include a gecko-like E.T. taking a T-Rex into his spaceship, endowing the primitive Rex with intelligence, traveling forward in time and depositing him on present-day Earth. The most significant message can be seen in the film's closing scene. After children watching a parade say that they wish the intelligent saurian characters were real, a grandmother tells the upright walking, talking dinosaurs, "Have your dreams of this beautiful world and tomorrow you'll begin to fulfill the wishes of many children. We will make believe you're statues. Adults will wait outside as you reveal the miracle of yourselves to the youth. It will be very good. It will be very good indeed." Playtime for Children or Prophecy for All. Land of the Lost, a children's series about a family who travels back in time to a saurian-dominated land where the villains are an aggressive reptilian humanoid race. One of the most interesting children's shows that have reptilian humanoid characters. The family's mission is to adapt to their new world and to survive the periodic attacks by the reptilian villains called the Sleestack and various dinosaurs. In one particular episode, a reptilian humanoid alien, named Zarn, arrives on the scene to study humans that radiate emotional heat, much like experiencers' reports stating that the reptilian aliens appear to enjoy their emotionally heightened state and may even find it nourishing. Skincare commercials. Although commercials attempt to lure consumers into buying their products by presenting pictures of sexy people, fun times and heart-moving scenes, there are the occasional exceptions. One particular skincare commercial contradicts the normal fear-based relationship between humans and reptiles by depicting the warm enticement of a sensual woman with what most people believe to be the threatening form of a cold-blooded alligator or reptilian. Another commercial, within a series of these same reptilian human themed skincare spots, shows the woman in bed with and caressing the alligator's skin. Summation. Television shows and films with messages such as these are much too numerous to try to list in their entirety in this work. When you look for yourself, however, you will realize that intelligent reptilian humanoids and bipedal saurian creatures are depicted everywhere. The inundation of the reptilian image in the media has created an atmosphere of familiarity with serpentine life forms. It has engaged curiosity, heightened anxiety, and touched a primordial sense of reverence in many people. If there are actual reptilian aliens with whom we, the public, are about to come into contact with, then this shift in focus could be perceived as a purposeful attempt to lessen the physical, emotional, and psychological recoil brought upon by exposure to reptilian alien life. Much the same way that some individuals believe that the emphasis on the science fiction format during prime-time television is preparing humanity for the big step. In a world where beings appear to be constantly trapped by their fear of change and the unknown, this gradually guided shift in perception would be vital for a population to adapt to a new reality. Whether this new reality will be limited to an introduction of a benevolent reptilian species or one that we may be being prepared to battle against is not known.